game in terms of the face-off dot as well. TD Ierlan, number 2 in the league in terms of face-off win percentage. 70% going against the youngster out of North Carolina, Zac Tucci. This is going to be a case, right, Kark, where you think Tucci just has to hold his own in this game.
Yeah, TD has been amazing this season. Tucci can score goals, though. Had 3 goals in the Philadelphia weekend, including the game winner and a 2-pointer.
Underway, and not surprisingly, TD Ierlan wins the opening faceoff.
Open! Right, here we go. Right,
He talked about Tucci, he shoots. As you mentioned, he's not afraid to let her rip from 2-point range, too.
Hey, if you have the backup, why not? I think that Philadelphia weekend just probably gave him the confidence as a goal scorer. You watch on tape, Trainer was playing good defense, but Ryder Garnsey doesn't even free up his hands. When we saw the Holman goal, he freed up his hands from contact. Garnsey shot through contact.
Big-time ground ball by Ethan Rawl. 35 on the wing. He is brilliant on the wing in faceoffs, and he gets possession of the Cannons.
Q needing like help to get out, right?
Yeah.
In terms of how much food you've eaten.
If you leave a barbecue with food still at the barbecue, that's a problem.
Oh. Who would be the best guy you think? The easy pass to the guy in the league who needs the ball in his stick the least. It's Westberg, and a beautiful BTB with deception there.
All knotted up into a piece.
Because, Cotter, for me, it's not a matter of what Westberg's doing. If Westberg is scoring.
Boston, this is a market that's blowing up. We do a great job getting fans at our games, and this is just a passionate community, from the youth to the club to high school, and the number of Division I players that are on the field. Amazing.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest chapters in the country in terms of participation. You're one of the original Cannons.
Shots, which you got to steal some of those for sure to be elite, but those are really difficult.
I think the key word there was approach. And Cade Rand Raphorst did not close the gate at goal line extended. Chris Gray smelled that and then just went to the rack with speed and precision. You see his low angle shooting ability, and I agree with Coach. But Coach, I think a lot of it has to do, it's like, where do you have something to give when you have the lefty wing shooters and then the righty wing shooters? I mean, one of them's getting a look.
You know, it's really a pick your poison moment. But what a lot of teams are doing is, you know, they do like kind of a pump and throwback, which is what happened on that last goal. Well, Ashton Nolting started to look like he was throwing the ball to the weak side and came back to Holman, who was already.
Cash App. About a half hour up the road from Boston and Billerica, Mass. Went to UMass. And we've seen that Brian Tevlin has been taking these draws. Yeah, I've never seen that. Great shot by Nolting, too, because it looked to me like his body weight was going away from the cage, and he was still able to get a lot on it. It's Holman. Tests Kelly, but he's bested by him.
But he's so good in those spots, because then if you bring the slide, he's one of the best passers in the world. So he's a multifaceted, behind the cage, goal line extended type dodger. Just want to see. Then that's what they needed. And Westberg is not the type of guy who hoots and hollers when it's not necessary. He's one of those guys, when he speaks, you listen, and this is good news. TD Ierlan is back, and he's been outstanding in 2024, second in the league at the stripe at 70%.
And Tucci was a little early on the whistle, so the face-off violation goes against Cannons. Redwoods with the ball.
Right on the stick. And how fast that pass was allowed Westberg to find that little seam and to do that spin right in front of the cage. So props to Ryder Garnsey, who leads this team in assists, showing you he is way more.
Full of Cannons fans here at Harvard on a very warm and humid night in Cambridge. TD Ierlan was banged up in the first half. He's back, and he's winning draws for the Woods. Gets knocked off his feet by Bubba Fairman.
Yeah, that's aggressive D by Fairman. Fairman just whacked
Left,
TD.
alone!
Felt like
Alone!
TD was saying enough already. I think Asher Nolting, when you're in the settled spot, 6-on-6, he should touch the ball every possession. because of his ability to beat defenses multiple ways as a dodger or a passer. He's got options.
Look at Garnsey here, just battling through the double team. Finally, the ball comes out, and it's Eppel who picks it up.
So it makes my job pretty easy. All I gotta do is dunk it.
Loving the homecoming, Jeff. Keep it up.
Thank you.
All right, Jeff Trainer under the helmet, powered by Cash App. Hold on the face-off. Going to go against the Cannons. Asher Holting with an assist on that Trainer goal. 3 assists on the game. Came into the day averaging 3 assists and was second.
Tell you, assistant coach John Grant would have a word to say about this
No,
hot dog
yeah.
contest. He's got traps and biceps like you.
Right, I mean, you got to feed the beast.
Yes.
Ierlan banged up in the first half. He's been great, near perfect in the second. So plenty of opportunities for Cal, although they haven't made much of it. Another unforced turnover. Back deflected off of Kirst's goalie stick head and into the pipe, and that breaks a 15-minute and 9-second scoring drought for Cal. Now the Woods are down just 1 goal, though, despite that long drought.
Right.
And they've got T.D. Ierlan winning faceoffs.
I think he's the type of player, there's no reason for him not to continue playing well into his 30s because he's so smart in terms of how he plays off ball. He doesn't need to be a big, heavy volume dodger. I mean, he can dodge when he needs to. You saw that tonight. But it's all about the lacrosse IQ and the fun and love of this game. And you watch
3-0 run after a long scoring drought, and their first lead since it was 5-4 early on in this game.
You know, Jake was talking about the Cannons defense. How about the Woods, though? I mean, they've been scorched this season. 15 goals a game they're allowing. And to hold this Cannons offense right now to 7 goals, that's a win for this defense.
It's been impressive. They've been anchored by Kelly, who's made 12 saves. And now they extend their...
The reason you need to keep him at attack and stop subbing him through the box as a midfielder. It makes no sense.
3 goals in the last minute and 40 seconds for the Redwoods. We'll get a loose ball push in the back here. It's going to go against Merle. So it'll be Cannons' ball. So we've had a couple of runs here. It just when it looked like the Cannons were taking control of this game late in the